This is not just a date on a calendar, and it is not just another ordinary day that will pass without consequence. This moment in time has been marked in the spiritual atmosphere long before you even knew to pay attention to it. For some, August 9th will pass by like any other day, but for the chosen, the ones walking in alignment, it will be a day that tests your awareness, your readiness, and your ability to respond when the signs present themselves. This is a divine checkpoint, a moment where certain decisions, actions, or even inactions will ripple into your future in ways you can't yet comprehend. Before we go any deeper into this prophetic revelation, I want you to stay with me until the end of this message. What I am about to share will require you to listen closely, to open your spirit to what resonates, and to receive it with both faith and readiness. If you feel this word is speaking directly to you, I encourage you to write your most sincere wishes in the comments along with 777 as a sign of agreement and alignment. This is not just about typing something online. It is about setting an intention, releasing energy into the universe, and declaring that you are ready for the shift that is coming. And if you have not yet subscribed, do so now, because the insights and revelations we are stepping into together will prepare you for what is ahead. Now back to August 9th. I do not speak about dates lightly. I know that in the spiritual realm, time is not the same as we experience it here. Yet, there are moments when a specific day is impressed upon the spirit so strongly that it cannot be ignored. This is one of those moments. The energy leading up to this day has already been moving in your life. Some of you have been feeling restless without knowing why. Some of you have been seeing unusual patterns, repeating numbers, dreams that feel too vivid to be coincidence, encounters with people that seem oddly timed. All of these are part of the buildup. For the chosen ones, August 9th represents a convergence. Things that have been in motion behind the scenes, things you may not even be aware of, are aligning for exposure. This could mean the revealing of a truth that has been hidden from you, the arrival of an opportunity that seemed out of reach, or even the surfacing of a challenge meant to test whether you are truly prepared for the next season. In every case, this date will act as a trigger, a door opening or closing, depending on your position when it arrives. I feel the weight of urgency on this because for some, missing the significance of this day will mean walking past a door that will not open again for a long time. I am not here to instill fear, but to bring awareness. The spiritual is full of windows and gates, moments where destiny and divine timing meet. August 9th is one of those gates. You may be given a choice. You may be called to step out in faith when logic tells you to wait. You may be asked to release something you've been holding on to tightly so that your hands are free to receive something greater. In the days leading up to August 9th, you will likely notice the intensity around you increasing. The enemy may try to distract you, to provoke unnecessary conflict, to pull your attention toward trivial matters so that you are not spiritually tuned in when the day arrives. Guard your energy. Protect your focus. Listen for that still, small voice within you. The confirmation you need will not come through chaos. It will come through clarity. For some, this date will bring a sense of relief, like a long-awaited shift finally breaking through. For others, it may bring a necessary disruption to move you out of stagnation. Either way, ignoring it, brushing it off, or treating it as just another date will come at a cost. Maybe not immediately, but in the weeks or months that follow, when you realize you were meant to act and you didn't. The divine doesn't stop moving just because we aren't paying attention. This is your notice, your alert, your chance to prepare. What you do between now and August 9th matters. How you posture yourself, how you manage your energy, and how you respond to the signs you are already receiving will shape the way this moment unfolds in your life. And remember, just because the shift might not look how you expect, doesn't mean it isn't for your highest good. In the days leading up to August 9th, the atmosphere around you will not be silent. Things will seem to either accelerate or stall in ways that don't quite make sense. You might feel the urge to push forward in one area of your life, while in another you'll sense a strange resistance. This is not random. It is alignment and interference working at the same time. The alignment comes from the spiritual realm preparing the path ahead. The interference comes from forces that would rather see you miss your moment entirely. Here's what you need to understand. Divine timing is rarely convenient. The very days before an appointed moment can be the most chaotic, the most distracting, and the most tempting for you to break focus. If you've been working on something important, the temptation to procrastinate might rise. If you've been healing emotionally, old wounds may try to resurface. If you've been seeking clarity, sudden confusion might cloud your judgment. These are not coincidences. They're indicators that you're approaching a spiritual gate. During this time, your energy is precious. Guard it as though it were gold. Limit unnecessary conversations, especially with people who drain you or constantly pull you into drama. Avoid the urge to overshare your plans. Not everyone who asks what's going on in your life deserves an answer. Some are only gathering information to use against you later. There's a reason the phrase "move in silence" holds so much power, because when your next step is divinely guided, it needs to be protected from premature exposure. Also, pay attention to your dreams. The subconscious mind becomes more active when the spirit is picking up on signals from beyond the physical world. If you dream of doors, keys, bridges, crossroads, or sudden shifts in setting, these may not be just random images. Write them down. Reflect on what they mean to you personally. Sometimes the dream itself won't make sense until after the date passes, but it will serve as confirmation when events start to align. One of the biggest traps before a day like August 9th is comparison. You may see other people making moves, posting achievements, or living a version of life you think you should already have. Don't get caught in that spiral. Remember, your timeline is unique. The significance of August 9th for you might not match what it means for someone else. The key is to be present in your own lane so you don't miss the whisper of guidance that's meant specifically for your path. You might also notice sudden opportunities appearing, offers, invitations, unexpected connections. These can be part of the divine setup, but they can also be distractions designed to pull you away from the true door that will open on August 9th. This is why discernment is crucial. Ask yourself, does this align with where I know I'm meant to be headed, or is it simply a shiny detour? The wrong move here won't necessarily destroy you, but it could delay the blessings tied to this window of time. Another important aspect is emotional readiness. This date could bring with it truths you've been waiting for, or truths you weren't sure you wanted to face. Be ready to receive without resistance. If something or someone is revealed to be out of alignment with your destiny, release it quickly. Don't bargain with the universe. Don't try to cling to something that's being removed for your protection. Sometimes the most powerful preparation is letting go of what you thought you needed, so your hands are free to hold what's truly meant for you. And finally, understand this. The lead up to August 9th is not about obsessively waiting for a single event. It's about posturing yourself to recognize the moment when it arrives. Whether that moment is loud and unmistakable or subtle and quiet, your spirit will know. And if you're alert, ready, and in alignment, you won't just walk through that door. You'll run through it with confidence, knowing it was prepared just for you. August 9th is not just a point on the Gregorian calendar. It's a meeting point between cycles. Spiritually, certain dates carry an energy signature that interacts with both personal and collective timelines. For many chosen ones, August 9th sits within a transition phase where the past season's tests meet the next season's opportunities. In other words, this is where what you've learned will either qualify you to step forward or show you that there's still work to do before you can hold what's waiting. This date holds the energy of exposure and alignment. Exposure means truths will surface, things you suspected but could never prove, hidden motives of people around you, even internal patterns you've been avoiding facing. Alignment means the removal of blockages that have slowed your progress. Sometimes this comes gently, but often it's sudden, like a door swinging open without warning. The question is, Will you be paying attention when it does? On a personal level, August 9th can act as a mirror. You might notice the world reflecting back to you exactly where you are internally. If you've been in a place of gratitude and readiness, you'll likely see signs of expansion, unexpected help, clarity in decision-making, and a deep sense of peace even in uncertainty. If you've been restless, resistant, or holding on to old cycles, you may experience events that force you to confront those habits. This is not punishment, it's redirection. Energetically, this period is also tied to the closing of karmic loops. Some of you have been caught in repetitive situations, different faces, different places, but the same emotional outcome. August 9th offers an opportunity to finally break that loop. But here's the truth. Cycles don't break just because you're tired of them. They break when you make a conscious, deliberate choice to respond differently than you have in the past. That's why the energy around this date will test you. It will present something familiar and see if you choose the familiar reaction or step into a new response that aligns with your growth. Collectively, this date feels like a checkpoint in the larger spiritual shift happening across the world. Many people are becoming more aware, more intuitive, more sensitive to energies around them. But with that awareness comes responsibility. On August 9th, the collective energy will feel heightened, more intense dreams, more emotionally charged interactions, more rapid manifestations. The vibration you hold leading into this day will influence what you experience. Here's the part most people miss. Sometimes, the most life-changing moments happen without any external fireworks. You might wake up on August 9th and it feels like any other day, until a conversation changes everything, an email arrives with unexpected news, or you feel an undeniable inner nudge to take action on something you've been delaying. These subtle moments are often the true turning points, the ones that seem small in the moment but shift the trajectory of your life over time. Another symbolic layer is the number 9 itself, a number tied to endings, completion, and preparation for new beginnings. The fact that this date is in the 8th month adds a layer of abundance, balance, and karmic settling. Together, 8 and 9 create a powerful combination, the harvest of what you've sown and the closing of what no longer serves you. Missing this energy means delaying both closure and the blessings waiting on the other side. So as August 9th approaches, don't just mark it on your calendar, mark it in your spirit. Keep your eyes open for repeating themes, sudden clarity, and situations that test your resolve. This is not a day to sleepwalk through. It's a day to be fully awake, fully present, and ready to step into whatever door opens, no matter how unexpected it may be. When August 9th arrives, you will likely fall into one of two energetic streams, the current of release or the current of activation. The current of release is where something finally ends, an obligation, a relationship, a mindset, or even a burden you've carried for too long. The current of activation is where something new begins. A door opens, a connection forms, an idea takes root that sets a chain of events in motion. Both streams are equally powerful, and both are necessary in the journey of the chosen. If you find yourself in the current of release, understand that endings are not punishments. The human mind often clings to what is familiar, even if it's toxic or limiting, because the unknown feels unsafe. But in the spiritual realm, clinging to the old when the divine is trying to hand you the new is like refusing to leave a sinking ship while the rescue boat waits nearby. On August 9th, if something is removed from your life abruptly, resist the urge to chase after it. Trust that its exit is making space for something far greater to enter. If you are in the current of activation, you may experience a sudden rush of clarity. An idea you've been circling for months might suddenly make sense. A chance encounter could open the exact door you've been waiting on. You may feel a physical burst of energy, a renewed sense of purpose, or a deep inner knowing that this is it. The key is to respond quickly but wisely. Opportunities tied to divine timing often require immediate action, but that doesn't mean reckless movement. Ask yourself, Does this align with what I've been praying and preparing for, or is it simply exciting in the moment? Of course, there will be those who experience both streams at once. You might lose something and gain something in the same breath. This can feel emotionally overwhelming, like being pulled in two directions at once. In these moments, anchor yourself in gratitude. Gratitude for what's being released, because it served its purpose, and gratitude for what's arriving, because it's here for your next chapter. Holding both emotions at once is a spiritual skill that will serve you beyond this single date. You may also notice that not everyone around you will understand what you're feeling on August 9th. They might see your decisions as sudden, your energy as unusual, or your priorities as shifting. That's okay. Spiritual alignment is not a group activity, it's an individual commitment. Trying to explain every detail to those who aren't tuned in will only drain you. Instead, let your actions speak for themselves. When the blessings start manifesting, your shift will be undeniable. One of the most important things you can do on August 9th is to listen. Really listen. Pay attention to conversations that seem ordinary but carry an unusual weight. Watch for synchronicities, repeated words, numbers, or symbols appearing in different places. Sometimes the message will come through a stranger, a piece of music, a line in a book, or even a sudden memory resurfacing. These are spiritual nudges meant to guide your steps in real time. Also be aware that resistance might intensify. Just when you're about to step through your door, you may encounter a situation designed to pull you back. An argument, a financial worry, a wave of self-doubt. Recognize these for what they are. Last-minute attempts to keep you where you are. On this day especially, choose your responses carefully. Respond with calm, with clarity, and with confidence that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Above all, remember this. August 9th is not the end of your story. It's a turning point. Whether it feels like a breakthrough, a breakdown, or both, it is the divine positioning you for what's next. The more you align your mind, spirit, and actions with that reality, the more clearly you'll see why this date was never just another day. In the days following August 9th, the atmosphere will feel different. For some, it will be a sense of lightness, like a weight has finally been lifted. For others, it will feel like an emotional detox, necessary but intense. No matter which side you find yourself on, understand that this shift is not random. The actions you take in the immediate aftermath will determine how fully you can harvest the blessings tied to that date. One of the first things you'll notice is the clarity. Conversations will stand out more. You'll hear the tone behind the words people speak. You'll see through facades more easily. And while this heightened perception is a gift, it's also a responsibility. What you see after August 9th cannot be unseen, so you must decide how to act on it. For some, that will mean drawing boundaries. For others, it will mean embracing opportunities you once doubted you were ready for. You may also find that relationships shift quickly in this period. People who were once central in your life may suddenly fade into the background. It's not always because of conflict. Sometimes it's simply because your energy has moved to a place they can't follow. This is part of alignment. Don't try to drag everyone with you. The journey after a spiritual turning point is often meant to be walked with fewer voices in your ear. Opportunities that were delayed may also begin to surface. A message you sent weeks ago could suddenly get a reply. A plan that kept stalling could finally gain momentum. Even financial shifts may occur, as if the universe is repaying debts owed to your spirit. But here's the key. You must be ready to act without hesitation. If August 9th was the unlocking of the door, the days after are when you must walk through it. During this period, also be mindful of overextending yourself. A sudden rush of energy can make you want to say yes to everything, but not all movement is progress. Remember the lesson from before. Discernment is still your greatest tool. Just because something comes after August 9th doesn't mean it's meant for you. There will still be distractions, and sometimes those distractions are dressed in the clothes of opportunity. On a deeper spiritual level, you may notice your intuition becoming sharper. The inner voice that once spoke faintly will feel louder, more direct. This is because the alignment from August 9th removes much of the static that kept you second-guessing yourself. But to maintain this clarity, you have to protect your environment. Keep your space, physical, mental, and emotional, free from unnecessary noise. Limit time spent in spaces or with people who constantly pull you back into old patterns. For many chosen ones, the period after August 9th will also bring confirmation. Signs you received before the date will begin to make sense in hindsight. Dreams you wrote down will reveal their meaning. Even moments that seemed small or insignificant on the day itself will begin to show their true impact as they ripple through your life. Pay attention to these confirmations. They are proof that you were in the right place at the right time, doing exactly what you were meant to do. And finally, carry gratitude forward. The energy from August 9th is not meant to be a one-day event. It's meant to be the catalyst for a season of growth, clarity, and fulfillment. Whether your breakthrough was loud and dramatic or quiet and internal, honor it. Speak life over your next steps. Treat the door that opened as sacred. Because the truth is, what comes after this date could be even greater than what you imagined, if you remain aligned with the path that brought you here. Sustaining the energy unlocked on August 9th is about more than just feeling inspired in the moment. It's about building a foundation that keeps you moving in alignment long after the initial shift. Many chosen ones have experienced bursts of breakthrough before, only to feel that momentum fade when old habits, familiar fears, or outside distractions crept back in. This time has to be different, and that difference will come from intentional stewardship of the new energy you've been given. The first step is integration. Whatever insight, clarity, or opportunity arrived around August 9th, you must actively weave it into your daily life. This could mean adjusting your routines, setting firmer boundaries, or committing to a project that aligns with your new direction. Inspiration without integration fades quickly. The universe rewards not just those who receive the message, but those who act on it. Guarding your space becomes essential here. The energy you carry now is magnetic. It will draw both the right and the wrong attention. Some people will want to align with your growth. Others will unconsciously try to pull you back to where they are comfortable. You must decide who gets access to you. Remember, every conversation, every environment, every piece of content you consume is feeding your energy in some way. After August 9th, your spiritual diet must match the level you want to sustain. Another key factor is discernment in opportunities. Not everything that shows up in the aftermath is meant to be pursued. Some doors are tests, beautiful on the surface but leading you back into cycles you've already broken. Ask yourself, does this move me closer to my highest purpose, or is it simply a distraction wearing a disguise? The clarity from August 9th will help you see through false opportunities, but only if you pause long enough to listen to your inner knowing. Equally important is consistent self-check-ins. Just because you had a moment of alignment doesn't mean you're immune to drifting off course. Make it a habit to pause and evaluate. Are my actions today aligned with the vision I felt on August 9th? Am I still honoring the boundaries I set? Am I making space for what truly matters? Or am I letting old patterns creep back in? Small corrections made regularly will keep you from major detours later. Spiritual maintenance also plays a huge role. This could be through prayer, meditation, journaling, or simply time in solitude. The goal is to keep your inner world as clear as possible so you can sense subtle shifts before they become big challenges. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You may not notice when it's slightly off, but over time that slight misalignment affects the entire song. And don't underestimate the power of gratitude and celebration. Many chosen ones move so quickly from one goal to the next that they forget to pause and acknowledge how far they've come. Celebrating your progress not only reinforces the energy of abundance, it also reminds you why you started. This is how you keep the fire burning, not by constantly chasing, but by honoring what has already been given. If August 9th was the key turning in the lock, the days and weeks after are you stepping through the doorway into a new room. But stepping into that room is only the beginning. The way you arrange it, protect it, and live in it will determine whether it becomes a space of growth or just another passing moment. The choice, as always, rests with you, and that's the beauty of this journey. The universe has done its part. Now it's your turn to keep walking in the light that was revealed. One of the greatest risks after such a powerful date like August 9th is slipping back into comfort too quickly. The shift you experienced wasn't meant to be a fleeting high. It was a divine recalibration. Yet many chosen ones, once they feel the relief or excitement of a breakthrough, unconsciously drift back into the same cycles that once held them captive. This doesn't happen overnight. It's the small compromises, the just this once decisions, the tolerating of things you already knew were harmful. The first major pitfall is ignoring the signs that your energy is dropping. After August 9th, you may notice subtle shifts, less excitement, more hesitation, or feeling easily drained by interactions. These are early warnings that you're moving out of alignment. If you don't address them, they grow into bigger challenges, missed opportunities, loss of clarity, and eventually, the feeling that nothing has changed at all. Staying aware is the first defense. Another trap is overexposure. When you receive a major insight or blessing, it's natural to want to share it with everyone. But not everyone has the capacity to understand your experience without distorting it. Sharing too soon, or with the wrong people, can allow doubt, envy, or misunderstanding to taint your perspective. Protect your revelations until they've had time to root deeply in you. Not every seed needs to be shown before it sprouts. There's also the danger of distraction disguised as progress. After a breakthrough, opportunities often pour in. Some are genuine, others are detours wrapped in shiny packaging. If you say yes to everything, you'll spread your energy too thin, leaving little room for the path you were truly meant to walk. Remember, divine timing is about alignment, not accumulation. A dozen good things can still be the wrong things if they pull you away from your purpose. Neglecting self-care is another subtle but deadly mistake. Spiritual and emotional work takes energy, and August 9th may have been intense for your mind, body, and soul. Without proper rest, grounding, and reflection, you risk burnout. Rest is not a step backward. It's what keeps you strong enough to carry what you've received. Many chosen ones underestimate this, thinking they must immediately do something with the energy. But sometimes, the doing is in the being, allowing the transformation to fully settle before moving. You must also watch for the old voices trying to regain control, internal and external. Old patterns, fears, and insecurities may try to whisper that nothing's really changed, that you were just imagining the shift. Sometimes it's people in your life who liked you better when you were easier to predict, easier to manage. They may subtly test your boundaries, hoping you'll slip back into the version of yourself they were comfortable with. Recognize this for what it is, a pull toward the past. Resist it. Finally, the biggest danger is forgetting why August 9th mattered in the first place. This was not just about one date. It was about positioning you for a larger purpose. If you lose sight of that purpose, you risk wasting the very alignment you fought to reach. Keep your vision close, your intentions clear, and your spiritual foundation strong. Every day after August 9th is part of the same story. You are still moving forward, still unfolding, still stepping into the life that was always meant for you. The truth is, the divine doesn't give warnings without reason. If August 9th was highlighted for you, it's because it carried the weight of transformation, whether through opportunity, release, or revelation. Don't treat it as a nice memory. Treat it as a line in the sand you never cross back over. This is your new baseline, your new standard, your new way of being. The moment you honor that fully, the blessings will not just remain, they will multiply. August 9th was never just a date. It was a doorway. You stepped through it carrying the lessons, the scars, and the faith that brought you here. Now the choice is yours, to honor this shift as the beginning of a new chapter, or to let it fade into the background like so many moments before. The universe has already confirmed you are seen, guided, and equipped. Your steps from here will echo louder than the moment itself. Protect what you've gained. Live as if the alignment is permanent, because it can be, if you choose it. And remember, chosen one, the same power that opened the door on August 9th will keep guiding you, but only if you keep walking forward with clarity, gratitude, and unwavering faith. The next season isn't coming, it's already here. Step into it fully.